We need to send the message loud and clear to the people here, to the people outside of Egypt, that this is not a democracy, that we have not participated in an uprising 2 years ago to end up with recycling of the Mubarak regime, when torture is still there, when abduction is still there, when lack of social justice, basic needs. So I took the decision, and I think this is going to be the decision of the liberal opposition, if you like, that we will not participate in a sham election.
It does seem these elections will go ahead. Assuming they do, what is your prediction? Is it going to be chaos, or can there be a stable result? I'm not sure it will go ahead. I mean, frankly, it could go ahead, but it would be extremely chaotic. I know people are going to go more and more into civil disobedience, into peaceful demonstrations. I think I would advise Mr. Morsi and company not to go ahead with the election in a society that completely polarized, completely divided, completely angry, completely depressed. And this is the worst environment to go ahead for election. He thinks that this is the road to stability. I would argue this is the road to a total chaos and instability. So he needs to reach out to the opposition. He needs to reach out to the rest of the country. He needs to agree on them on a process of national reconciliation, which we haven't really gone through. Could you see things getting to a stage where the army might be looked to intervene, to hold the ring, to stabilize things for a bit?
Sure. I mean, that is, and again, this is not a prophecy. This is just common sense. And the army has been saying that if things get bloody, more than what it is, if things get totally chaotic, if Egypt is almost on the brink of default, if law and order is absent, they have a national duty to intervene. And they've said that, nobody wants the army to come back. And I don't think if the army were to come back, will come back to govern, because they had an awful experience in mismanaging the transition themselves. But they will just come back to stabilize, and then we will start all over again. We would have lost 2 years, but at one point, probably this is the only alternative, and I hope we will not come to that.
As you know, the situation in Tunisia is not hugely better than here. People have been hoping it would be a kind of glowing example, and you had the assassination of Shukri Balaid just a couple of weeks ago. Are you worried about your own personal safety? There's been fatwas here, kind of more or less licensing the killing of opposition politicians. Are you concerned for your own safety?
Yeah, of course I'm concerned. I mean, I've got a couple of fatwas before the uprising and after the uprising from the pseudo religious clergies. A week ago, I had like 100 security officers around my house. Obviously, it's not the greatest environment where you can operate. My family obviously gets worried, but this is again part of the chaos that we are sliding into.